Well, hello, good people. Welcome back to the FT podcast. My name is Grace Delight, and today we're going to be answering a very simple but complex question. Would you take the gastric balloon procedure? Now, if you're like me and you're just trying to figure out this health and fitness world, how to lose weight, how to keep off weight, you're not asking for much. You're not asking for much. So anytime you would look up the internet, you would find procedures like this, or even online. People are doing it, some people you've seen, some people you may know, some people you didn't know before. So it gets to a point where you ask yourself, would I do this procedure? And that's what we'll be answering today. So if you don't know what the gastric balloon procedure is, don't worry, I have you covered. I will start by sharing the definition, and then we'll move on to the benefits, the risks, things I like about it, things I don't like about it. And finally, the big question, will I actually do this procedure? So let's begin by the definition. I'm actually going to read it out loud from a very, very reliable source called the internet. And it's simply, first, it says it's intragastric. Okay, the Kikuyu in me cannot allow me to say it. So before I continue, I just want to say that I am not a medical professional, I am not a doctor, and I'm not giving professional advice. I just happen to be a girl sharing whether or not she'll do this procedure online because she's currently on a weight loss journey. So I hope this just helps you see how I think through this and how I end up at the conclusion that I end up at. Anyway, let's continue. So the weight loss procedure, this is a weight loss procedure that involves placing a saline-filled silicone balloon in your tummy. And this helps you by limiting how much you can eat and making sure you feel full. So basically, it's a procedure they do for you. They put a balloon in your tummy, and it makes you feel full. So when you feel full, you eat less. So of course, the benefits of this procedure is what it said. It's a weight loss procedure. So you're able to lose weight quicker, especially for people who really struggle to lose weight or control their cravings, or just it's a simpler solution. It's presented rather as a simpler solution to lose weight. I like that it doesn't have any knives involved, because next week we will be talking about the gastric sleeve. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I'll try to be as objective as possible tomorrow and next week as we talk about it. But it's a lot for me. Anyway, so it involves work and discipline. That's a benefit I consider, because if it does all the work for you, then the risk of you gaining all that weight back, the risk is higher. And it's like, why go through all the trouble to get this procedure? And then after a few years, 5 years, even 10 years, you're still back to that place you were before because you didn't put in the work and gain the discipline. So the good thing with this procedure is it acts as a crutch. So it still has a lot of work. It still needs a lot of discipline per se. So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, thinking through it, okay? Then the risks are, of course, anything that involves a surgery. Sorry, I didn't explain how this is done, which is a very important question, because the first time I had this procedure, I was like, wait, for it to go in, it has to come out. For it to go in, it actually has to go in. So even in my mind, I was like, I wonder how it goes in, because there are ways in which it goes in and comes out that already it will be a no for me. I'll just be like, absolutely not, forget it. I'm going and doing something else. So I'm happy to report that it's not as crazy. It's still, but it's not as crazy because it's still a surgery. So what they do is they put you under. And when you're under, I'm not going to use medical terms because they're very big words. They insert the balloon through your mouth into your tummy, and then it's filled with a saline solution so that it up, and then saline meaning salty. So that has to do with balance and compatibility and stuff. So if you're curious as to why it's saline and not water like I was, you can go and do a bit of your own research on it. So that was just like a fuchs moment for me. I was just like, ah, they did not tell us those. They're just ways. They're just ways. They're just ways. I am pretty sure people will be inspired to just find other methods if it was just that one way. Anyway, so coming out is the same thing. They take you on a procedure and they remove it. So that's how the procedure is done. And I was saying that the main risk of this is that anything that has to be a surgery is a risk. So the risks are not as high, but it's always something you have to consider, and it's always something that you will be told. That things like an infection or a blood clot, I don't know if I'm the only one who, when I hear blood clot, I'm just like, anytime it's said in such serious ways, and because it is a serious thing. So that's something to consider. Then number two, there's also the pain after. Now, according to people who've actually taken this procedure, they say it's different for everyone. Some people feel pain, some people don't necessarily feel pain, or they just feel other symptoms. The other symptom that I've read about is nausea, where you feel like you want to vomit, because really you have something foreign in you, and your body needs to take time to adjust. So of course there'll be side effects. Those are the two main ones I've seen so far, and I think when you're reasoning about it, it doesn't seem like such a huge thing. So we're just going to continue. So far so good. Nothing is being inserted and removed from uncomfortable places. So we're just going to continue to the things I like about it. Like I said, I like that it has work and discipline. Number one. Number two, I like that it's through a procedure like you're actually under, because that thing is usually very uncomfortable, at least from things that I've seen online and stuff. Putting it through your mouth all the way through your throat into your stomach. So it's a rather painless, quote unquote, procedure for you. So that's the second thing I like. I like that it actually helps people lose weight. For the people who have seen it has worked for them and they feel really good in their body. So that's always a plus to see people get to the weight they want to get to. Let me see. Which other thing did I like about this procedure? I liked that it's a less permanent option of all the other things I've seen. Because they're just things you see online and you're like, and then if I do that, and then, especially because no one can really offer you 100% guarantee that this thing will provide for you what you want it to provide for you. So I like that it's a safer option. I also like that it can be a solution for people who they're having immediate like health risk because of their weight, and they need to lose weight in like 2 months, or else the doctor is like, it's like the signals are red and loud, so you need to do something about your weight. Because I do know that actually you can actually get to a point where that becomes a risk and you need to lose weight quickly. So that's a simple solution just to help them, because discipline is also like a skill. Sometimes you can't just get it all of a sudden. So having something like this, which is like something you can just rely on and it can help you, I like that. Hey, things I don't like. I have to read this one for you. I have to read it, guys. Just give me a second. Oh, the other thing I like is you can't smoke when you do this, which is always a plus, because you're smoking is really doing a lot of harm to people. I'm still trying to see if this is something I would take. So far so good. No knives. Me and knives. I don't know, guys. Unless it's a serious issue, like life and death is what I mean by serious. Anyway, let's move on to the things I don't like. Number one, the price. My God, are you even allowed to say the price loudly? I could put a deposit somewhere for a piece of land with this money, But anyway, if you have the money and you can, why not? It's your life, it's your money. But I feel like for me, I want to spend my money on a few different things before I start spending it on anyway. It's approximately 300,000 for the entire thing. Now, it is actually a very long process because you have to be taken under. There's a surgery, there's a balloon, there's a 21-day post-procedure care and diet plan. There are 3 doses of IV fluids and painkillers. So again, there comes the pain. There are free regular checkups and follow-ups. And then that 300K, I think, or rather from what I've seen, removing the balloon is not part of that procedure. So removing the balloon from your tummy by itself is approximately 45K. So if you want to take this procedure, that's about 350K. So the price is something I was just like, I don't know. Because I'm thinking, if I was to do this, I would rather give it to like a health and fitness coach, not just like a trainer, but a coach, somebody who will help you like figure out the underlying issues of why you're stress eating, why you're comfort eating, what you should eat instead, somebody who would help you actually sustain that lifestyle. So for me, that's why I'm like, I feel like I'd rather have somebody who I'm accountable to more and who can work with me more and help me build that sustainability than a procedure. This one, I'm going to try and find the right words to explain, but the part of suppressing cravings, or rather the part where you feel full, where it's mostly like a trick, where you're tricking your stomach that you're full when you're not really full. And I think also the other questions I have this particular part is that it may make you develop an unhealthy relationship with food, where you're kind of scared to eat it, or where you feel like there's something wrong with eating food. And these are just questions I have. I'm not saying it's like that. I'm not saying that's what people experience. I'm just like, if I have a balloon in my tummy that makes me think I'm full, and even just the thought of having a balloon in your tummy anytime you eat, it can create this cycle where you're just very conscious of what you eat, like super conscious of what you eat. And I don't think I want to go through that process where I'm super conscious of what I eat. I just want to be healthy and lose weight and gain abs, so to develop another issue where I'm really scared of how I eat, like I said, I feel like also this kind of a procedure, even losing weight, it has like 2 perspectives, or rather 2 places you need to fix. You need to fix inside and you need to fix outside. So the outside may be fixed, you may actually be losing weight, but inside are you okay? And by inside, I just mean, do you still like yourself? Have you created the right discipline, like the right amount of strength and willpower to say, you know what, today I'm not eating this, today I'm eating that, you know what, I only take this amount of cake or sugar. So I'm really curious as to how long term this thing will work, or if 5 years, or it's just something to give you like a boost. If it's something that helps you like realize you can actually not eat, then I guess it would be okay if I took it. This one is a bit interesting. Now, I am going to say that I wouldn't take it now. I feel like there's no reason per se. One, because of the price. 2, because of, I think I want to build in myself the belief that I can actually lose weight sustainably, because if I become dependent on it this early, then what happens 10 years? Again, I say, unless it's a boost. So for me, the final decision is I don't think I would take this procedure. Yeah, mainly because it seems like a lot. And the pros and the cons, they just don't do it for me. It seems like a lot, especially when you're young. I feel like when you're young is a time you should really be working on that willpower and that, resilience. But I think for people, again, I think for people who, are really, really struggling to lose weight, it might work for them. It may be a good boost. Let me call it that. It may be a good boost to get you started and to actually realize that you can lose weight. So for this one was a harder one to decide because it doesn't have permanent, damage or anything on your body like the other things I've seen. And I'm just like, hey, sister girl, even if it works, there's no coming back from that. So this one is a better one. I'd like to hear what you think. So if your answer is yes, I'd like to know why. If your answer is no, I'd also like to hear why. And if you've had this procedure done before, I'd love to hear how it was for you. And maybe you'll change my mind. Maybe I'm just being dramatic and I'm overthinking this entire thing. But oh gosh, I don't know, guys. This one, because I'm trying to think if we remove the money issue, and I was given like 500K right now, and I couldn't use it on anything else, would I actually take this balloon? My lord, I don't know, guys. You tell me. You tell me. So, this one was a tougher one to decide. For now, I'm going to stick with a no, but it's like a no with a it's not like a no. It's like a no with a So thank you for joining me. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, or follow if you're listening to this on podcast. And next week we'll be talking about the one and only gastric sleeve. Oh my gosh. What? What? Oh my lord. I have so many things to say about the gastric sleeve procedure. If you've had it, kindly email, comment, reach out. I'd love to know how it has been for you before I share any of my thoughts on it, because it's about talking, it's about hearing people's experiences and finding something that allows you to be the best version of yourself. Bye.